Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that sits right at the intersection of high-stakes financial strategy and deeply personal relationships. We're talking about mixing family, romance, and credit scores. Honestly, it sounds like a recipe for a daytime drama, doesn't it? But adding someone to your credit card or being added to someone else's is actually one of the most common financial tools out there. When it works, it's a brilliant launchpad, but when it goes wrong, yeah, it can be a total disaster. Let's unpack the mechanics, the benefits, and the hidden traps of managing authorized users on credit cards. Okay, let's dive into this and make sure we're all on the exact same page. What exactly is an authorized user? Well, it's someone who gets added to a primary cardholder's existing account. If you're the authorized user, you get a physical credit card with your actual name printed right on it. You can swipe it, tap it, and buy things just like it's yours. But, and this is a massive catch, the bills, the statements, and the ultimate financial responsibility, all of that goes directly to the primary account holder. So why do people actually set this up? Well, there are a few really relatable dynamics at play here. The first is parents helping their kids. By adding a young adult to a seasoned credit account, parents can literally give them a massive head start on building their credit profile. The second common scenario involves romantic partners. Let's say one partner has an incredible credit score and a high-end rewards card, and the other, well, has a less than stellar history. Adding them as an authorized user lets both of them rack up those sweet rewards points. And finally, it doesn't even have to be a relative. A primary cardholder can add any trusted friend to their account if they choose to. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The credit building boost. 2. When things go wrong. 3. Understanding debt liability. 4. How to cut ties. And 5. The joint account alternative. Section 1. The credit building boost. This setup is incredibly popular for one big reason. It acts as an immediate financial launchpad. See, when the primary cardholder has great financial habits, specifically making payments on time and keeping their balances low, those positive actions don't just help them. They're actually reported to the credit bureaus under the authorized user's name, too. It's a concept we call piggybacking. If you're a student, a young adult, or maybe someone just trying to rebuild a rocky credit history, you get to legitimately borrow the primary cardholder's good reputation. Your score can go up simply by being attached to their responsible behavior, giving you access to far better financial products down the line. Section 2. When things go wrong. Where there is financial reward, there is financial risk, right? And as soon as those financial boundaries are crossed, the honeymoon phase ends very quickly. Which leads us to the million-dollar question, sometimes literally. Who is actually responsible when things go wrong? When the spending gets out of hand or the payments just stop happening, who takes the hit? The danger here is dual-sided. Both parties are stepping into a minefield if they aren't careful. Let's look at the authorized user first. So the crucial point here is that this connection goes both ways. Just as the primary's good habits boost your score, their bad habits can completely sink it. If the primary cardholder starts regularly missing payments, those late marks could show up as negative hits on your Equifax and TransUnion reports. Furthermore, if they max out the card, their high credit utilization ratio, which, by the way, is the second most important factor in determining a credit score, well, that's going to tank your score too. You are completely at the mercy of their financial stability. Now let's flip it around and look at the primary cardholder. Your risk is immediate and very tangible. What if the authorized user goes rogue? What if they don't respect the spending limit you literally just verbally agreed on? Even worse, what if they simply refuse to pay you back for the charges they've racked up? Because the account is entirely in your name, you are the one left holding the bag at the end of the billing cycle. This makes it absolutely critical to establish a crystal clear payment plan before you ever hand over that secondary card. Section 3. Understanding debt liability. This brings us to a critical legal distinction we really need to clarify. As an authorized user, you are not legally obligated to make any payments to the credit card company. Seriously, read that again. Even if you were the one who bought the new TV or paid for the vacation on that card, the debt is not legally in your name. Ethically, sure, absolutely, you should work with the cardholder and pay down what you owe. But from the bank's perspective, the primary cardholder is the sole person they're coming after for the cash. Unless... Now, what's really interesting here is a massive plot twist for married couples. If you're married to the primary cardholder and you happen to live in a community property state, the rules completely change. In places like Arizona, California, Idaho, Louisiana, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Washington, Wisconsin, and even Alaska, which lets you opt in, a spouse is legally liable for debt incurred by the other spouse during the marriage, and that's regardless of whose name is actually on the card. But if you aren't married or you live outside these states, the authorized user is legally off the hook.
Section 4. How to cut ties.
So what happens when this arrangement just doesn't serve you anymore? Maybe the user's credit has improved enough to get their own card, or maybe they're just spending way too much. The mechanics of ending this are actually quite simple, but you gotta be thorough. Step 1. Call the number on the back of your card or use the issuer's mobile app to request the removal. The change should take effect immediately. Step 2 is a bit of a pro tip. Send a certified letter detailing the call, the date, and the specific user being removed. This gives you a solid point of legal recourse if the bank makes an error. And step 3, this one is absolutely vital if you are the one removing yourself. You must update any automatic recurring charges you set up with that card elsewhere, because once you're removed, your purchases are going to start declining immediately. Also keep in mind that some banks won't let an authorized user remove themselves without the primary account holder's permission, so you might actually need to make that phone call together.
Section 5. The joint account alternative. Sometimes people realize an authorized user setup is just too flimsy for their long-term goals, and this brilliantly illustrates the difference. Think of an authorized user arrangement kind of like dating financially. It's incredibly easy to sever, and at the end of the day, only one person is legally on the hook for the debt. A joint account, however, that is a financial marriage. Both individuals' incomes and credit scores are used to apply. You are both equally responsible for the balance, and separating yourself from a joint account requires some really tough negotiation with the bank. If the other person doesn't qualify for the card on their own, your only option is to completely pay off the outstanding debt and close the account entirely.
As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a crucial gut check. Whether you're letting someone piggyback on your hard-earned credit score or tying your own financial reputation to someone else's habits, you have to weigh the consequences carefully. Ask yourself, do you truly trust your financial partner enough to share a credit line? If you found this explainer helpful, consider subscribing for more quick, structured financial insights. Catch you next time.